Speaking about conscious decisions and really putting intention into what you're eating, especially if you're at risk of diabetes or currently are dealing with it, we're about to whip up something really delicious and diabetic friendly just for you. It's packed with so much flavor. It is a crispy lemon and a herb potato meal with also grilled hake on the side. It is easy, it is wholesome, and a recipe that's sure to be a crowd pleaser, and something so easy you could whip up in your house on a Tuesday afternoon or evening. A couple of ingredients to get us through. In a bit, I'm going to be calling our award winner in to just help me make some award-winning food as well, because that's what we deserve, okay? Yes, it's a Tuesday, but we can feel like a winner every single day, great?
What are we making? What side do you need me on?
All sides.
You deploy me. You deploy me, girl.
You stay over there.
Okay.
And I'll start with the potatoes. Okay.
Thank you.
So you can use regular potatoes or sweet potatoes.
Yes.
They're really great with potassium in them. And I heard some things on social media, and I know we must be very weary of that, but I did some research, and I think there is some truth behind something called resistant starch, which kind of helps reduce the spike in glucose, right? So you can cook potatoes, put it in the fridge to cool down, and then reheat to eat it, and the starch content is a little bit different.
And I love it, and it kind of balances out the other things that you're eating. Look, I don't know the scientific kind of information behind it. However, in the training space, it's one of the earliest introductions. If I think of one of the first healthy foods that was recommended to me by the guys that are shredding and cutting, the guys that have the leanest physiques, sweet potato was there. And that always used to surprise me, because I thought it was the potato. It's a carbohydrate with a high sugar content. What are you talking about, man?
It's sweet. What are you saying?
Our bodies love it. It's one of those that our bodies absolutely love, and it brings out all the right kind of reactions, which I'm here for, and it tastes lekker.
It tastes good.
It
I personally like fried sweet potatoes.
I love it. No, but it's
don't
healthy
cook
for
me
your
on
kids.
That one.
And of course, then for the first like 3 years, my kids just wouldn't eat them. They're like, no, I'm not eating an orange French fry. But I'm like, so I ended up eating most of them. And I'm getting back into the best shape of my life, just saying. So I don't know. No, there is something about the flavor profile, and it is. It's like you can still have a fry.
Yes, you can. Because, I mean, the nutrients still goes in your body. It still is there,
100%.
even if it's prepared differently. Okay, so I've added, we've lost the potato.
Just got to, you've got to sacrifice one to the kitchen gods, otherwise the meal will be unsuccessful. It's just the way it has to work.
No. So we've got garlic powder. We also have some herbs. So I don't know if you do this, but rosemary and thyme actually have antioxidants in them. So it all just kind of adds to it. I mean, some olive oil has monosaturated fat. At every corner, we're just adding in so much goodness and so much health.
And there's a little part of my body saying, I'm sure this is anti-inflammatory on some level.
100%.
It feels like it, but as soon as you introduce the olive oil, you're on the right track. Am I putting these on our tray
Please do, because that goes in the oven or the air fryer, whichever you prefer.
Oh, yeah, no, bang it in the air fryer.
Exactly.
Get extra crisp.
And then we're going to do a little bit of olive oil. Okay, that was a lot. On our hake, because hake's a great form of protein. Some there.
Oh, it's a lovely fish, and I'm sorry, I'm going to sound like an absolute idiot saying this, but it's not so fishy. It's just one of those fishes that I struggle to eat very strong flavored fish. So I'll tend towards like a salmon, which is about 3,455 Rand a gram, I think, at the moment. It's just ridiculously expensive, but it's because of that flavor profile. Hake, for me, perfect balance, and it's one of the most cost-effective fishes out there, and it's a beautiful, clean, pure protein. It's one of the best that we got, man.
We also just all grew up eating hake in South Africa, especially Cape Town. I mean, we're a coastal city, and this is where it goes. And it takes so quick. It's about 3 minutes per side, because it's quite a thin fillet as well. We'll do skin side down first.
See, this is always my worry with fish, is that I'm going to overcook it, especially with like a small little piece 100%. Like that. You just don't want to dry it out.
Yeah, dried fish is the worst.
And if you think about it, I suppose you could eat it almost raw if you wanted to, so you don't have to worry about the cooking it through, kind of rendering the fats, those sorts of things. For me, I love a crispy fish skin. Like, you feel like you're on a cooking reality show, and you can crisp up the fish skin and then put it back on the fish at the end.
Well, let's cross fingers that will happen here.
But I think fish is a lot more forgiving than we think, and we're often intimidated by it, because you kind of think only a chef can do fish
100%.
justice. But just
add a little bit more.
Have a little bit of fun. For all of our English viewers, for my mother-in-law who's headed this way, it's like cod, okay? I'm trying to convince her to have fish and chips in South Africa, and she's like, no, it's not, because it's not cod. And I'm like, but it's our cod, it's our version of. If there is a fisherman out there, you can correct me, or you can reinforce what I'm saying. But for me, it's the ultimate for fish and chips.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's also quite like flaky, but not in a bad way. In a good way. You can take chunks and just eat it with some vinegar. Oh my gosh, Hake is so underrated. Okay, we're gonna let that cook for about 2 minutes per side.
I love it.
And then it's done. That's a meal.
Beautiful.
So we've served it with some tzatziki. You could add some dill as well, which also adds extra flavor. Some lemon, because when you're using herbs and lemon and freshness, you're actually reducing things like sugar and salt, right? So then that makes it even more diabetic.
And one of our chefs gave me a brilliant piece of advice. There are no calories in spices and herbs. Okay, maybe like a minuscule amount, but so when you are going the healthy route, make it as flavorful as you can. Because you satiate, I think, sensory-wise. Once you've gotten that like overload of flavor, your body actually accepts that that is a good, well-rounded meal. You don't have to just have volume the whole time. I love that. I'm speaking to myself here as much as anyone else.
Me too.
Yeah, I'm lecturing myself this morning. I absolutely love that. You've gone all in with our fish with such confidence.
I think I can flip it.
I know, you're going to get the reality show crispy skin. I love it. The bottom line is we can make choices with what we eat every day that can, first of all, reduce the risk of diabetes, but if you have it, mitigate the knock-on effect. And once again, we reiterate, if you have any questions, speak to your doctor. If you want to try this recipe at home, well, you don't have to go far. You can go to expressoshow.com. That's where we keep all of our culinary inspiration. Please try this one for yourself. It looks absolutely exquisite. Zan, we are out of the gates, girl. We have learned so much. My little brain is already overflowing. What's coming up next?